Flight of the Crowswing presents Overland camping on Cape Lookout National Seashore, North Carolina, with the Backroad Capers. We began this trip outside of Asheboro, North Carolina at our friend's house, where we helped repair their Flippac camper and prep for this trip. This was all done to the background sounds of the millions of Brood 19 cicadas. For this adventure, we would be leaving the Crowswing behind in favor of using the small tent we carry for just such occasions. On the evening prior to leaving, Jay called us from work. He had received intel that people were reporting seeing the northern lights. So we jumped into the Tacoma and sped off into the dark.
Yeah, boy.
Aurora Borealis.
We came all the way to North Carolina to see the Aurora Borealis.
Northern Lights. Northern Lights.
We took some pictures. We're going to turn around and see if we can find a more quieter stretch of the road.
Dude, your lights are bright.
We didn't know what to expect. Once we found some open sky, we stopped the truck and let our eyes adjust to the dark. It was truly an impressive sight to behold. Soon, Jay joined us, and we all watched the dancing lights in the sky. Oh, and there were elephants, too. It was spectacular.
Spectacular! F.
By early afternoon the next day, we were waiting on the ferry.
I was looking to see. How did you know?
Doggy.
This was not our first time using the Cape Lookout Cabins and Camp ferry service.
Great. This is me filming you, filming it. Jay, wait. I got you and Jay both filming it, and I'm filming you, filming it. Oh, but look how nice the clouds look in the background.
Isn't it? It was so picturesque as we were driving in. The fluffy layers of clouds.
And the winter wheat turning golden.
All the different shades of blue and gray and green.
We like to use this ferry service because they're friendly and professional. In case you're wondering, the dispersed camping on the island is free, but the ferry service to get a truck and 2 people over was $180, and the beach driving permit was an additional $50. The ferry takes you across the sound to the South Core Island. The ride takes about 30 minutes. When loading onto the ferry, be mindful of the ferryman's directions. They are good-natured, but they will not tolerate stupidity. Once the ferry is underway, you're free to get out of your vehicle and move around the boat. We got out, took some photos, and I aired down the tires to 18 psi.
I think we're going to the beach.
It'll be well and truly dirty by the time we're done at the beach.
Once on the island, we had a quick stop at the park office to get our driving permit, and then we were off to find a campsite. We usually camp south of the cabins. Since a holiday weekend was coming, we ended up going most of the way to the southern point before finding a campsite that suited us. I was planning on enjoying this beach driving, all $50 worth of it.
She's going to say hi to the ocean. She said she wasn't going to get her feet wet. I think she lied. What do you think? No, not quite. Stepping closer. No, I think her feet's wet. I'm not gonna get my feet wet. Feet are wet.
The next morning dawned clear and bright. Besides the tent, we also carried down sleeping bags and inflatable Nemo sleeping pads. We slept pretty well, although probably not as well as Jay and Debbie in their Flippac. Of course, that's assuming the repair held up through its first night of camping. It turned out the repair held just fine. At breakfast, we enjoyed the view of the ocean and the dunes, while Jay enjoyed the view of his truck, Pongo. One of the first things we needed to do was get bait for fishing.
It's like falling off a bike, you never forget.
It had been quite a while since Jay had used his casting net. If you've ever used one of these nets, then you know that net casting has a fairly steep learning curve. When a cast is perfectly executed, the net spins out into a circle and falls over an unsuspecting school of fish, which become trapped underneath the net due to the lead weights distributed around its perimeter. It's like the old saying, give a man some bait fish and he'll fish for a day. Teach a man to use a casting net and he'll probably forget by the next time he needs to use it. Lucky for us, not every fish is fast and smart. Some are just slow and dumb enough to be caught
Caught a
even
fish!
the awkwardly cast net.
That's one.
Of course, it did not help that none of the rest of us knew how to use the net either. In the end, we did catch enough fish to last us for a couple of days. After chasing all the fish away from that area, we decided to drive further down the beach to the point. We drove until we came to a rope barrier, so we parked the trucks and continued walking down the beach. The dunes and the sun were awesome, but the waves and the wind were high. We walked quite a ways down the beach until we came to a path that led over to the sound side. It was much calmer on the sound side, and while Jay was practicing more casting, the rest of us played in the water, and we even got to do some birdwatching. We were surprised to see loons this far south, but apparently their range is all along the coast, and this guy seemed to really be enjoying himself. We walked back over the dunes to the truck, and then drove on up the beach. By this time, the tide was getting pretty high, and we were getting a little nervous. Luckily, there was still enough beach to get by. You don't want to wind up in those waves. That would be a bad day. If you don't believe me, there's plenty of videos that can show you what happens when you play in the waves. In case you're wondering what to do when you're at the core banks, here's a list in no particular order of things to do. Beachcombing, fishing, driving the beach, fishing, applying sunscreen, fishing, taking long naps, fishing, exploring historical sites, fishing, birdwatching, fishing, complaining about the wind or the bugs, fishing, and sometimes off-road bocce. Speaking of birdwatching, we did find some American white ibis. These guys use their long bills to probe the sand in search of tasty yum. Camp, we returned our bait fish to the ocean, one by one. We didn't get anything, but that's why they call it fishing, and not catching.
Season of our off-road bocce.
Off-road bocce ball.
No, not the winner. There are platypuses here.
platypuses are venomous?
The males are. I think just the males.
I think it's just the males.
I think so.
Back to the truck.
They have
Yeah,
furs.
back to the truck.
Let's turn
Back at the truck.
Back to the truck.
She's got the jet. All right. Oh,
Oh,
Like that.
I didn't.
and dab. Oh,
That was fun.
and Jay.
Good
Oh,
shot, Jay.
booger.
Elizabeth.
Bad. Thank it. And
I don't want to get too
James.
close to Jay's because that'll mess him up.
Sounds like a good excuse. Oh my gosh! Look at that.
I know, but now we have the next chance.
Oh, you.
Oh, he stole it! He stole it from me! He stole it.
Oh, is it my turn?
Yes. He stole it from me.
all right, I'm closest. Actually, almost touching it, Jack. So
Again.
stop filming. We got all the footage we need.
Tire tread for the win.
Oh, good shot.
For you.
Dab.
Barrier.
Nice.
You
Nice.
do not want to go for all three. Nice. We are surrounding it. We will take this point.
Oh.
That was nice. You almost got it. Now I have a target. A big target. Oh,
That was pretty good.
Once again.
All right. Well.
There we go.
I know, cheater.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
Right, do a belly bump.
No, we're not doing the belly bump. No, there are things that don't need to be on the internet.
All right.
Well, it seems to be a high offshore wind, and we have lowered the easy up to gale force settings because it feels like gale force wind. So there we are.
But Beth, what does Windy say is happening?
Wendy says nothing.
Windy says like 6-mile-an-hour gusts and 13-mile-an-hour steady winds. It is so wrong, but it does say it's out of the
I
north.
think you mean 6-mile-an-hour winds and 13-mile-an-hour gusts.
And why
No.
are we getting a lot of heavy wind
It's
right
the
now?
other way
It's
around.
the other way around, I think. Yeah.
And why are we getting
6-mile-an-hour
Why?
gusts.
Why?
I don't know, because
Because we complained about the gnats.
we
Oh,
did.
that's right. We complained about the gnats.
We said we need to move where there's more wind, and guess now we have more wind.
It's, God said, here, hold my beer.
We have no gnats.
Yeah, I don't know where the gnats are, but they're not here.
Prayer answered.
You had a selfie stick.
I do have a selfie stick.
But it's in the truck.
Driven inside by the wind,
It's a little windy.
by the gusts. Don't complain.
We're all in here.
Really, don't complain about the
So-
gnats.
This is only the second time we've had to do it. We did it in outside of the one national park in Utah.
Yeah, we did.
How many people fit in the bed of a 5-foot?
Truck, really.
Well, if each person gets 1 foot.
I don't know why I still need my hat.
Should be done with a hat.
I know, really.
It's all right. We got cookies and snacks and cards. We're fine.
And snacks.
Snacks
Snacks and tequila.
and tequila.
Tequila.
The good tequila.
It's gonna be fine. It's fine.
Everything's fine.
Everything's fine.
Wind continued to pick up. We were worried about their gazebo.
That way
so we decided to take the top off.
I would hop in because you've got a lot of
Do it as we go. The wind's gonna-
Now, is this wind bringing something in?
It shouldn't be. It's actually supposed to be clear weather. It's an ill wind that blows no good. Isn't that what they say?
I got a hold of it.
Is it a puffer fish?
The next day, the wind was less.
What the hell is
It
that?
actually caught a fish.
I have no idea.
Why does he look so weird?
I have no idea.
That is really strange.
He's got sharp teeth too.
Well, as Clay told me, all fish in the ocean have sharp teeth.
What is he?
I don't know, but you got him.
I got him.
He's got a cute little belly.
He does.
And his little face.
The sandwiches,
He's not eating. He does not. No. Why are his eyeballs so tiny?
I don't know.
Turns out, he is a northern stargazer.
Take a picture of him so we can put him on.
He not only
Google
has
Lens.
venomous spines and sharp teeth, but he can also deliver an electric shock. After a short photography session, we set him free and sent him to his watery home. Tonight, he'll sleep with the fishes. For our last night on the beach, we were gifted a pretty sunset. It was still just a bit windy, so we parked one of the trucks to use as a windbreak, so we could have a campfire on the beach.
Yes, dear. Sure.
I can hear the cooking noise.
The cooking is happening.
from food. Eating Sandy's.
There we go. And then I'm going to add the rum. And then when the rum starts to off gas, that's when we light it on fire.
That looks good.
There we go. It's not good, but it's something.
Bananas Foster turned out delicious. Since we'd already driven to the southernmost point of the beach, we decided to drive to the northernmost point. The speed limit on the beach is 25 miles an hour, but most of the times you're going much slower than that. With 25 miles of island to drive, it takes a couple of hours to get from one end to the other. But we don't mind. We like driving on the beach. Once again, we drove as far as we could until we came across another rope barrier. Beyond the rope barrier is the bird sanctuary. They really don't want you driving on their nesting grounds.
He ain't puffed up no more.
No.
Yeah.
But that's interesting. That's what's under it, is the spines.
It's pretty
Look at the
cool.
butt.
His cute little arm.
The beachcombing was excellent.
Very nice, very nice.
What you got?
I have no idea.
Looks like a snake.
It smells like it's plant poison. It looks like it's animal.
It looks animalistic, doesn't it? But it's definitely plantoid. plantoid.
Turns out this plant-like, snake-like thing is a whelk egg casing.
I found a Scotch bonnet shell with spots.
Oh, that is beautiful.
And a little teeny tiny angel.
That is beautiful too. The Scotch bonnet is very.
I had to do sniff test.
Had to do the sniff test.
I think it's alright. Anyway, very pretty, huh?
That is gorgeous. That's worth coming to the beach.
Shit, it wasn't good. Trucks are way over there.
Wish we had one of those ATVs.
All too soon, our trip was over, and we had to return to the mainland. If you're looking for a fun camping adventure, I highly recommend Cape Lookout National Seashore. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and leave us a comment.